Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And for this reading, I am using the Linestrider's Tarot. Okay, so I'm going to start by choosing 3 cards. Each card is going to represent a portion of the upcoming week. And my intention here with drawing these cards and interpreting them is to just kind of get like a little kind of mystical sneak peek into the week ahead and to see if there's any, repeating themes, what kinds of energies we can take advantage of, and if there's anything to kind of be aware of and look out for. Okay, so I'm actually gonna zoom out a little bit. I feel like I'm too close with these cards. Okay, so the first card is gonna represent Monday and Tuesday of the upcoming week. And this is such an interesting card. It's 7 of Cups, and in this deck, it's very different than in a lot of my other decks. So normally the 7 of Cups is someone kind of standing looking at 7 cups, and each cup has some different thing coming out of it, like a dragon or a snake or flowers or something. So this is kind of a different interpretation of the 7 of Cups. And it almost looks like, when I look at this card, it almost looks like there's like broken shards of glass falling from the ceiling, and there's like bits of reflections and different things reflecting in those broken shards of glass. And I almost get the sense like this card is about almost like shattered illusions. And that's not normally what I would say about the 7 of Cups. Normally the 7 of Cups is about having illusions and dreams and kind of getting stuck in that daydreamy state where you're not really taking action, you're not moving forward, but you're in that kind of, you're not even contemplating. It's not like a contemplative state, but it's sort of like a dreamy kind of fantasy type state where it's more, I can't find the right word. It's more like almost a guilty pleasure. Like it's not really, you're not going anywhere. There's no purpose to this, no obvious purpose to this, but your mind is kind of wandering and making up stories and just kind of daydreaming. So that's normally what I kind of associate the 7 of Cups with. I feel like this particular card is signifying almost kind of a waking up from that. So this could have a couple different meanings for us. So number 1 is if you felt like you're kind of in this sort of daydreamy state where you maybe are getting lots of ideas or you have fantasies, but you haven't really been going anywhere. The beginning of the week is kind of almost like a wake-up call. Something's going to happen to kind of shift you awake a little bit, and you're going to have a newfound clarity that's going to help you move forward more, I guess, efficiently. You're going to kind of step out of that sort of la-la land state. The other meaning that I had for this is I feel like this card is about some kind of like sudden flash of awareness where you suddenly see your illusions for what they are, and you become aware of them, and you become aware that they are in fact illusions. And sometimes this can be very cutting, and I think this kind of reminds me of like blood in this card. It can be very almost traumatizing or sometimes painful when you see an illusion for what it is, especially if you've been buying into that illusion all along, and that illusion maybe has kept you going. The promise of getting something or achieving something, sometimes that can keep us going. And so then when you see that that's more of an illusion or some kind of story that you tell yourself, sometimes it can be kind of jostling to your everyday life. But I want to move on because I feel like I've spent a long time on this card, and I want to move on to the other 2 cards. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles in the middle of the week. The middle of the week I consider to be, kind of like Wednesday, Thursday. Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning. It's a new beginning, and I often associate the Ace of Pentacles as kind of like finding your path, finding your way in the world, and knowing, what the next step needs to be. You may not know exactly where you're going, but you kind of have an idea and you know what the next step needs to be. And I feel like it's really meaningful that it's come after the 7 of Cups, because I feel like the Ace of Pentacles is a card of like purpose and direction and starting something new. And I feel like the whole thing with the 7 of Cups that needs to take place before you gain a little bit of clarity and direction and start something fresh. And then as you move into the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we've got 2 of Wands. So we've got a 1, an ace, and a 2. 2 of Wands is a card of contemplation. And remember how when I was talking about the 7 of Cups, I said, this is a daydreamy card, but it's not really about contemplating. It's more about like fantasizing and being lost in a fantasy. Whereas 2 of Wands is more of a realistic kind of daydreaming. This is true contemplation. This is where, you know, you're kind of taking stock of what you have and how far you've come and your experiences. And you're using that to kind of, you're using that as your muse, as you're contemplating where it is that you want to go next. So this weekend is a good time to do this, to contemplate kind of, you know, how far you've come, what you've been putting your energy towards, and where you want to put your energy next. You know, do you want to keep putting it in the same things? A good thing with this card, and I say this because this is a Wands card, and Wands to me are about energy. They're about creativity, they're about energy. And it's about how you use your energy. And when you're contemplating this weekend, contemplate, you know, what things are taking your energy. Is there anything in particular that's taking a lot of your energy, like sucking it from you? And that might be a good thing, because you might be, you know, deliberately putting a lot of energy into one thing, you know, temporarily, whatever that may be. Or sometimes you might feel like you don't have any control over this, like this thing is just sucking energy from you and you don't really want that to be happening, but it is. It could be a relationship or some kind of dynamic happening at work, or a project that's just kind of out of control, or a friendship. There's all kinds of different things that it could be. But it's just interesting to notice, you know, where's my energy going? What am I putting my energy into? And do I agree with that? Like, do I like that? Does that feel good? And do I want to keep doing that? Because, and again, I feel like this card is about recognizing your place of power. You're the only one that, you have control over your energy. You know, who gets your energy? Where do you want to put it? What do you want to, you know, how do you want to treat your energy? Do you want to honor it? Do you want to nurture it? Do you want to give it freely? You know, you're the one who makes those decisions. And I think this is about kind of realizing that you're at the helm and you have control over, you know, how you want to use your energy over the course of a day, or over the course of a week, a month, a year, or your lifetime. Okay, so I want to take a really quick step back, and right away, I'm looking at these 3 cards and I'm noticing a rabbit theme. I don't see any rabbits in the first one, but there's a rabbit here, and I don't know if maybe there's a lot of rabbits in this deck. I don't think there is though, I'm just looking through it. So I feel like rabbits are kind of a theme here. And the one in the middle looks pretty docile. The one on the end, he's very wise. He's got his ears perked up. He's, you know, very, very alert. And both of these cards actually have flowers, and it looks like they're lilies. There's yellow lilies in the first one and pink lilies in the next one. And I think I asked in my last reading, I said something like, what does this represent, or what does this flower represent? And I can't remember, I think it was a pansy or something. Anyways, I'm gonna ask the same question again. I know lilies have a spiritual significance and a particular meaning, and they're a powerful symbol, and I can't remember off the top of my head what it is that the lilies symbolize. So I want to ask you if you know what they symbolize, but more importantly, what lilies symbolize to you. So do lilies have like a special significance for you? What do they mean to you personally? And please feel free to share in the comments below. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you found something helpful in this reading, and I hope you have a beautiful week. You can find out more about me and about learning tarot card reading on my website, dailytarotgirl.com.